If you're still sending email updates manually, you probably do it wrong. Let me show you how you can use Google Sheets to send them on the fly. Suppose we're helping the household business to manage its residents. As you can see, our residents have multiple problems, and here we need the help of our staff to solve these problems as fast as possible. So in order to do that, we need to send the email updates to all of them that the specific problems have been assigned. And here we're using the Google Sheets appsscripts that helps us to send emails to all of our employees at the same time on the fly by simply clicking the action send pending emails. So when we run the script, as you can see, we are sending all the emails to our staff, and when we check our email, for the demo purposes, I'm showing you what is sent to our employees. You will be able to see that the new tasks notifications have been sent to each of the employees. Before we start working on the apps script itself, we need to do a couple of things to prepare our data. First of all, make sure that the data that you manage for your problems or for any specific tasks, all of the records are stored in a table, right? So we would need to keep them in a table format. Also, to improve the user experience, we may utilize the drop-down menus, right? So for example, if we add a new record, you'll be able to see that we have the drop-down for the individual and also for the problem status. And to do that, we actually can set up separate tables for the problem status and for employee drop-down. So in this case, whenever you add a new record here, it automatically shows up in this list. And for you to add a new drop-down, you simply need to go to the data validation, and here you would need to select drop-down from the range, select the range, and select, for example, the employee names. It's very simple. Click OK and click Done. Then we also have the logs table, and the idea here is to document all the emails that have been sent. So in this case, for example, if the individual says that he hasn't received the email, we can always confirm this in the logs table, so that as source of the evidence that email has been sent to them and when. That's basically it for this simple example. You can always improve and automate even further. In this case, we only using the data in the Google Sheets, which is static. We're manually adding the records, but these records can come from your ERP, from your CRM, from any data source. And as soon as they come, you can set up the trigger that will send the email as soon as they land in this table. But for simplicity, we're actually running the action in the Google Sheets to send the emails. So to do that, we need to go to the extensions, app scripts. As you can see, I have already wrote the script to send the emails. So the first function here, you can see that it's a function to make our script visible on the top section here. So if we want to have the quick button to access the script and run it, we would need to add this function in our script. And this is the second function that I'm actually using to send the emails. I have connected all of the sheets that I'm using here, such as the problems, where all of my records with the residence problems are stored, the employee sheet. The employee sheet I'm using to look up the names, right, and find the relevant emails to send them. And also I have the logs to keep the logs information. If we scroll down, you would be able to see that we're getting the values from the problems and employees lists. Then we're getting the columns, first from the problems. Then we're also using the email mapping. The idea here is to look up at the emails and later use this emails dictionary to find the relevant email, right, to the person that we selected in the primary table. Finally, we iterate over each of these records, and if the send email is ticked off, we consider this record as the one that needs to be sent to the specific individual, right? So for the purposes of this demo, I'm using my own email to get the emails, but for the production, right, if you want to make it work, you would need to remove this lines and keep the email record. And as you can see here below, I'm defining the email body, right? So as a subject that will be called the new task and the problem, as well as the body that will include hi, the name of the individual you have been assigned for, what is the problem name in apartment, and what is the apartment number. Please respond ASAP. And then I'm sending the email. And then I'm just making sure that this box is ticked on as the email has been sent, and also I'm logging all the information in a logs sheet. Please use the script that I have provided to you guys, and the first time you would need to confirm the access. So as you can see, this is a safe script that you can use. It's everything is defined here. You can just click run and confirm the access. Once it's done, you'll be able to run and modify the script for your specific purpose. And as a result, let's say we're going to add a new record, which will be in the apartment 133, and we have the problem, let's say, with the toilet, right? The toilet is leaking, okay? And let's say we select Isabella to solve this problem for us. And as you remember, we already sent this email, so let's keep them as sent, and let's only send this email to Isabella, right? So we send the pending emails, and you can see that we have actually sent the email to Isabella to look at this issue. Thank you.